everybody, my name is Becca. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I'm so excited to be sharing with you my first bump date, and it will be my 14-week one. The reason why is because I'm officially in my second trimester, which is a ginormous milestone for me. So if you want to know how pregnancy has been up until now, stay tuned, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to come along on this journey. It would be so nice to have your support and just to be able to chat with you as fellow mums and parents out there. So let's get into this bump date. Holy dooly. You ready? You flip it. No way. Oh, no way. Oh my goodness. That's my rainbow. I know they're not peanut M&Ms. Thank you. Congratulations. This pregnancy has definitely been different to my last pregnancies. With Amira, I didn't really know what was happening and I kind of just went with the flow, being a first-time mom. With Zoe, I had more of an understanding of what was happening and I was able to kind of go with the motions of it all. With having a miscarriage, I was about 8 and a bit weeks through it, and so I had already experienced 8 weeks of being pregnant, and the changes that were happening in my body actually really took a big toll during that pregnancy. My exhaustion was really real, for a lack of better words. I was exhausted 24/7, which was really different for me, and my morning sickness was very much heightened, which is one of the reasons why it took us so by surprise when we went for the scan and found out that Alex had actually passed away. So in saying all of that, with this pregnancy I have been anxious, and I know that with anxiety you're getting worried about things that you necessarily can't change, and I can't change the outcome of this pregnancy. I have been praying that this baby is healthy and this baby will stick and be held in our arms for a really long time and be part of our family, but I'm not in control of any of it, and I've really had to give it to God. But because of all of that, every single week, every single milestone has been such a big deal for me. So when we first found out we were pregnant, if you haven't watched that video, feel free to click up here. I'll put a link there and in the description box below. It came as a bit of a surprise. Not a surprise as in, oh my goodness, we're pregnant, we weren't even trying. The thing is, we were trying and we knew that it was our last month to fall pregnant, and previously when we've seen the pink line, it's gradually happened, like it's really faint and you're questioning yourself, is it really there? And then you have to kind of wait another couple of days until you see it again. With this current baby, I tested just for funsies, I guess, because we were coming up to the time to test, and so I did it, and then all of a sudden there were 2 lines there and there was no are we pregnant, it was a definite we are pregnant. From that moment I was still in disbelief. I didn't know if it was going to be a false positive like we had in the previous month, and so it was like treading on eggshells really. So I booked in a doctor's appointment, I went to the doctor's when I did a test there. The line didn't really come up to start with, and so she was a bit umming and ahhing about it, so then I went for a blood test. The blood test came back. My doctor, like my GP, gave me a really random due date, and I said to her that my body after the D&C was really regular, so that due date didn't make sense for us because we know when we were trying, we roughly know when we were conceiving, and so she had us in October, when Michael and I were pretty sure that it would be a September baby, doing the calculations of our tracking app and everything like that. So with bated breath, I went for our 6-week scan. The reason why this is such a nervous time for us was because this was when we found out that we had experienced a silent miscarriage. And so I did film a quick introduction for it, but obviously after the scan I was just so emotional and I just wanted to have time with Mick that I didn't record anything afterwards. So I'll quickly insert how I was feeling before the scan. Hi everyone, I am quickly picking up the camera because today is the 6th of February and we are going for our first scan for baby Rashid. If you've been following our channel for a while, you'll know that this is actually a point of anxiety for me because it was at this scan my last pregnancy with Alex that we were told that we had experienced a silent miscarriage, which meant that I had no signs or symptoms that I had lost a baby, but the baby was no longer there. So I have drunk my water, I really need to go to the toilet, and I am waiting to go and get this scan. We have been praying over this, Bob, that God would bless us with a healthy, viable pregnancy. So the next step to do is just head to this ultrasound place and see what the scan says. So let's go. After that 6-week scan, I then got in contact with my obstetrician. She has been my obstetrician for all my pregnancies, and she was the obstetrician that helped me get through my miscarriage. She is so amazing, and I am honestly blessed beyond words to have her in my life, supporting us through every single season. And so I went up to her at 8 weeks, had another scan, and Bub's heartbeat was incredibly healthy, which was a really big relief for me. And then I had the option to wait until 12 weeks if I could do that whole month, but she did give me the option to go back at 10 weeks if I needed to have kind of a reassurance scan that everything was still going well. So at the time, I was experiencing normal pregnancy symptoms. I was sore, I was tired, I had morning sickness. I wasn't necessarily moody, I was probably just fluctuating because of being exhausted from full-time working and having the 2 kids. And okay, probably I was moody. I don't know why I'm trying to justify it. I was definitely very teary. And I was worried. I was worried and scared that at the next appointment, whether that be the 6 or the 8 or the 10 or even the 12, that I was going to get that heartbreaking, jaw-dropping news that all of a sudden things were just stopped. So I called up because with this pregnancy, I've had the weirdest symptom, and that has been wry neck. So wry neck is also known as stiff neck. It's where like your neck just literally locks up. So at 10 weeks, just before 10 weeks, I was having breakfast with the family. We were getting ready for church. I sneezed at the table, and that was it. That's all I needed for my neck to stiffen up. I had to go to the physio. I then had to take adjustments, and things gradually unlocked over the course of a week. The next weekend, I woke up on Sunday and my neck was locked again. So I had to adjust my pillows, and even though I am only in my first trimester, I feel like because it's my 4th pregnancy in 4 years, my muscles really are relaxing. Like my bump is present even though I am 14 weeks. It's been present for a while now. So here's a little bump update. Can't believe I get to do this. And so this is 7 weeks and 5 days. It's just a little one, but something is definitely there. I feel personally that one of my pregnancy symptoms has been that my muscles are becoming looser because I think my body hasn't really had time to heal. I know some people say you need 2 years after giving birth to falling pregnant again, and that hasn't happened. And that's our personal choice, it's fine. Because my neck did lock up at 10 weeks, I was really anxious because that was the big thing that happened in my pregnancy with Alex before I had the miscarriage. So I quickly called up my obstetrician to ask if she had any appointments available so that I could get a peace of mind scan at 10 weeks. I went up to the hospital, I had my scan, and Bub was still healthy, still active. And at that scan, I actually got to see it move, which was such a big milestone for me because previous scans, it kind of just laid there, and I had to take the word of the technician that the heart was beating and everything was fine. And for me personally, seeing a still baby doesn't mean that things are fine. So this is just part of my journey, and I'm just wanting to share it with you just in case anyone is watching and they have been in a similar circumstance and wondering if their feelings are valid. I'm just sharing how I've had to journey my way through this first trimester. So at that scan, I definitely saw Bob move. I saw it click its feet together and play with its fingers, and it was a relief, honestly, such a big relief. So then after 10 weeks, I went for my progress scan. This is usually where you can get your scan to see if your baby has Down syndrome or whatever the test is. Michael and I have never done it. It's just our personal preference because especially after losing a child, we will never abort a child ever. We know that every child is a blessing from God and we will love them no matter what, even if that means that we have a very different and challenging journey ahead of us. We know that God will equip us for it, and we are praying health over this child. We are, but God has the ultimate plan and we just have to trust in His plans that they come together for good. So we had a progress scan. Things seem to be doing well. He said it was very brief just because it was a progress scan. And then last week at 13 weeks, I finally went back to my obstetrician because it was one of my monthly appointments, and I got to see Bubby move and stretch and play with its hands and feet, and it was such a relief. It's such a relief to see that it's growing, that it's healthy, and now I am officially 14 weeks old. Now I'm officially 14 weeks along in my pregnancy. The Bubby is 14 weeks old, and I'm finally feeling at peace. There's something always going to be in the back of my head with that is a bit of worry, and I think that's normal. But I'm really excited moving forward. I am experiencing less exhaustion, I'm experiencing less tenderness, I'm feeling less morning sick, my appetite is coming back to normal, I'm able to eat foods that I could eat before, but I can feel that my body is getting into the swing of things now that I'm moving into my second trimester. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be documenting this and sharing it with you guys and connecting with fellow mums and parents out there who have had a similar journey, because this parenting gig, it doesn't come with a rule book and we only have each other. So if you have enjoyed watching this 14-week bump date / kind of journey of how we've gotten here, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't done so already so you can be part of our rainbow baby journey, and I'll see you in the next video.